How's it going, guys? It's your boy, Lieutenant Dan, live from Orlando, Florida, here for our Unintentional Grounding live show. Coming to you in the AM, man. We're still in the AM, 10 a.m. here on the East Coast. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I hope everybody is having a prosperous morning. If they're traveling to work or you're at work now and you're listening to me live, if you are catching this a little bit later and you're wanting to tune in to see what my thoughts are on Andrew Luck or my thoughts are on Matt Ryan, because we're going to be discussing that today. We're going to be discussing those things today. Whether you are catching this at a later date or you are in here currently chatting up with your boy Lieutenant Dan, we are live right now for your listening convenience, and we're going to have some fun. We are listening, to you guys, what you guys want to hear, and you guys have said you want to hear more football. You want to hear more football, and honestly, I'm here to provide. So from now on, you guys know what's up. We're going to be covering all the big news and notes from the NFL. Every single thing. So send this out to your friends and family who may not be Falcons fans. Send this out to your friends and family who are Falcons fans. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell at the top right of your screen. And make sure that you get that notification, become part of Notification Squad here on Unintentional Grounding. Today is going to be a little bit more of a somber note, but it is going to be one that is filled with nothing but the facts, the truth, nothing but staying grounded and being real. We're going to rise up from adversity and we're going to continue to push on. And today I want to cover the retirement of Andrew Luck, and I also want to cover Matt Ryan and his importance to the Atlanta Falcons and what the retirement of Andrew Luck means for Falcons fans and how that correlates with us. And we'll get into that in just a moment. Before I do, I want to go straight into the chat because you know that I'm not here like ESPN. I'm not here like other Falcons shows. I'm not here like any other random YouTuber. I am here to chat with the Grounders. I am here to talk to the people that are real and live, and they are in my chat right now. So if you're catching this show late, I'm sorry. I apologize. Rise up, stay grounded. Hope you're having a wonderful day. But I am in here to talk to the real people in the AM. So let's get straight into the chat. Let's go see who's here. Matt Tate says he's first. Debo Williams, good to see you, my man. Rise up, stay grounded. Ricky West, finally caught alive. Good to see you, Ricky. Good to see you, man. Raichu for the win. Good to see you. Tucker B. Mark Hill. Good to see you guys in the chat. Rise up, stay grounded. And if I haven't already said your name in the chat, because we're still a little early, people are just slowly starting to trickle in, then please, by all means, in the chat, say hello. I promise I don't bite. Let's have a sip of coffee in my Tink cup because Tinkerbell is the best Disney character. Fight me. Starting the controversy early in the morning. Starting the controversy early in the goddamn morning. Jarvis Baldwin and Falcons, Hawks, Braves fan extraordinaire. What's going on, my man? Fist pump. Rise up. Stay grounded. Hope you're doing well. We're going to be covering more Atlanta United. Because I'm an Orlando fan. We seem to always clash. And I like what I see from Atlanta United. So we're going to cover more Atlanta United. We're going to cover more Atlanta United. We're going to cover more Falcons. We're going to cover more NFL. We're going to cover more Braves. We're gonna do some of the bigger news and notes, and we're going to have some fun with it. Because I've been a soccer player for a long time. This also correlates into the discussion we're going to have today. So Andrew Luck retired. I believe that was yesterday or the day before. I've taken some time to think about what I wanted to say because I don't want to just jump into this and start rambling on about Andrew Luck, his retirement, how great of a player he was, and then not recognize the issue going on currently with the NFL, with NFL fans, with the way that things are kind of set up. So I want to get into that. I want to get into that part. Again, Good morning to the grounders, and let's get into it. Rise up, stay grounded. I found myself over the last couple of days. I'm going to take the Lieutenant Dan persona. I'm going to put it to the side for a second because I know you guys come in here for that. Angry Dan, lots of fun. But I'm going to put that to the side for a second and just be Daniel Spencer. The regular person, the regular fan, the regular real life, real feels type of guy. Not that I'm not real as Lieutenant Dan, but I exaggerate in some cases. It is a problem in our society today that people judge people based on their perception of how people should live their lives. And I sit in the AM in the morning every single day with excruciating knee pain in both my knees, because for years and years and years, I played soccer at the semi-pro professional level. I played in high school and I played in college. And I ruined my knees from, just bad training habits, bad habits with rehab. I didn't make it to the professional level, didn't have the money to be able to rehab on every single thing I did. And so with those things in mind, soccer to me is the sport that you can ruin it all, or you can become a legend. And I think that kind of applies to all sports. I more generally circle soccer as something that I go, major injuries occur. Major injuries occur. And I think society labels you as a failure, as a quitter, when you decide that your physical and mental health are more important than the entertainment of others and their perceptions of you. And I think it's funny that we sit in that world. I'm going to scoot down. I think it's funny that we live in that perceived world where, mentally you're not doing good, you're crying all the time, or you say you're depressed, or you say that you have anxiety or something, get over it. Oh, your knees hurt, but you have the money to rehab, or, your back hurts, or your arm hurts, or your leg hurts, or whatever. You're playing sports, you make money, you should be able to do it. You're only 29 years old. Get over with it. Get over it. And the perception from common fans is as such. And I think that is vile. I think that's disheartening. I think that even Falcons fans do it. And I would think that of all the fans, that we could be a little more understanding, and currently we just aren't. We are just another prototypical fan base right now. But when society starts labeling those things on you, you feel like you're trapped. You feel like you are put in a corner because you as a person who's probably grown up, everyone in this chat has probably grown up, to a point in their lives where somebody tried to say that they had more in the tank and they shouldn't give up on what they're doing. But in the back of their mind, they were probably checked out or mentally checked out of something going on in their lives. And Andrew Luck is that guy. And I've run into that wall, mentally just not liking what you do anymore. Not because you don't love the game, or you don't love your job, or you don't love how things have been going. But in Andrew Luck's case, getting away from me for a second, in Andrew Luck's case, it was the love of football, the love of the game, the passion he had for it, coupled with basically having to be helped out of bed every day because his knees hurt, and his back hurts, and his arm hurts, and his ankle hurts, and his calf hurts, and he was peeing blood, and his spleen was cut open. And for 4.5 years, a man was having to deal with these struggles every single day, whether it was on the field or off the field. A young player like Andrew Luck made the right decision and saying, I am not mentally stable enough to continue the journey of being an NFL quarterback with this many injuries and this much rehab going on, and my life is a hellhole. And I think we as fans need to appreciate what Andrew Luck just did. That not a lot of players have realized this, or some players have started to realize this and are retiring early because they want to be able to walk when they're 50 years old. They want to be able to continue to have a prosperous life, not just career, but life after football. And I think it's important that we realize the situation. I think some people have already said in the chat. R. Chapman, good to see you. Chris Edwards, good to see you. Falcons Nation, good to see you. Rise up, stay grounded. I hope you guys are doing well in the AM. But the string of instances that happened to Andrew Luck has happened over the last 6 years with the Colts organization. Poor drafting techniques, poor free agent acquisitions, too little too late in building a capable offensive line to protect Andrew Luck. I'm seeing guys in the chat right now say hit 108 times, sacked, all this stuff from Matt Ryan. Think about all the hits that Andrew Luck has taken. Think of all the craziness that's happened to Andrew Luck, that he's literally had to hold the team on his shoulders. And I will not be the last person to say it. I think there are plenty of people that have yet to come out and appreciate Andrew Luck's greatness, or the greatness that he could have had for many years. But once an organization doesn't take care of the most important player, every player is important. But when an organization decides not to take care of one player and put their priorities on everything else, because your quarterback is the most important player on your team, when they decide that they're not going to uphold those values that every other team in the NFL upholds, and they want to do it different, they sacrifice, they shorten a lifespan of a player. I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. You build the trenches first. Trenches build first. Offensive line, defensive line. You build the trenches first. Because you're protecting your linebackers, because you're protecting your corners, because you're protecting your safeties. You're protecting your quarterback. You're protecting your running back. You're protecting your wide receivers. You are protecting them by gaining more offensive line and defensive line. In Andrew Luck's case, it came too little too late, where the Colts offensive line started to get better, started to get younger, started to put amazing talent on that line, and it was just too late in the process. Andrew Luck had already taken a beating. Andrew Luck had already been hurt. Andrew Luck was already mentally checked out. And I just want to point to Andrew Luck and say, I don't think there's a single fan in the NFL, not even from the AFC South, that hated Andrew Luck. The guy literally would take hits from defensive linemen, from linebackers, from corners and safeties, and he would congratulate them on hitting him. He would congratulate them on making a good play. There was defensive players helping Andrew Luck off the field. There were defensive players helping him up off the ground after they hit him, because you can't hate Andrew Luck. You just can't. It's almost impossible. It's almost completely impossible to hate Andrew Luck. You might not have liked him because he played for another team, but as a person, as a football player, as someone who continued to push the game to a higher level, Andrew Luck was the pinnacle of what you wanted as not only a teammate, but also as an NFL quarterback, as a franchise quarterback. Not just any NFL quarterback, but a franchise quarterback. And we lose Andrew Luck today, and this is not meant to sound like a eulogy, but we lose a great player at a young age due to poor drafting techniques and health concerns, and a guy that's just mentally checked out of the game. He's done. I heard it from Troy Aikman the best. He tweeted he burned the shit out of this Doug guy that works for FSN, but I want to read you guys this tweet. Doug Gabelli, or whatever his name is, he said, retiring because rehabbing is too hard is the most millennial thing ever. Hashtag Andrew Luck. And Troy Aikman, someone who is difficult to deal with. Him and Dan Marino have that personality type. Very rugged, very tough, very mentally taxing to talk to them. Troy Aikman, I think, came out and absolutely put a suplex right on this man. He said, that's total bullshit, Doug. Tweets right here. Tweets right here. The tweet's right here. That's total bullshit, Doug. What qualifies you to decide how someone should live their life? So you're now the authority on what motivates Andrew Luck. And if his decisions don't fit into what you think is best for him, then you rip him? Guess that keeps you employed on FS1. Nice. Troy Aikman absolutely obliterated that man's Twitter life. And Doug and his followers will probably think something along those lines of, this is a millennial mentality. This is a younger person's mentality to quit when things are easy. But since we don't know what Andrew Luck was truly living through, at least not from the inside, but we can correlate with him. We can sympathize, we can empathize with Andrew Luck, with our own situations, our own injuries, our own struggles. Then we can say that it's not that easy to rehab. It's not that easy to work. It's not that easy to put your body on the line for not only entertainment, but for your work. It's not that easy. And now I want to tie this into a bit of a Matt Ryan rant. And now Lieutenant Dan comes back. We are Lieutenant Dan again. I'm going to rip Falcons fans for a minute. I want you guys to stay in here. I want you to take a brunt of it because I want you guys to hear it. Falcons fans, you ungrateful sods. I hear so much nonsense. I wear Falcons paraphernalia. I root for this team. I bleed red and black for this team. I cover it. I've put film breakdowns of it. I get upset when they lose, and I lose my mind when they win. But Falcons fans, you ungrateful sods. Because some of you laughed at the Andrew Luck retirement. Some of you have taken for granted that a 33, 34-year-old quarterback is playing in Atlanta right now and is literally on a Hall of Fame path. And you are taking for granted that this man is still in Atlanta and still slinging the ball and still putting it together. You have taken for granted the greatness that is happening right in front of your eyes because you're too enamored with the past. Because you're too enamored with the color of a particular guy's skin. Because you're too enamored with the negatives so you can have what you want. And it's a small faction of our fan base that's doing this. But those who have not taken for granted understand that Andrew Luck leaving at age 29. I'm 28 years old. I'm 28 years old. And this man is only 1 year older than I am. And he retired from the game. And I get it because I have knee problems. I get what he's probably going through right now. I get it. But you ungrateful sods don't get that a 34-year-old quarterback, 11, 12 years in this league now, has put up Hall of Fame numbers, has worked his ass off every year, has been hit multiple times last year. Over the last 2-3 years, Matt Ryan has been beat up, but he continues to chug on. His mental fortitude is something that should be enamored. Something that every single one of us should say, I wish I had Matt Ryan's fortitude. I wish I had Matt Ryan's mentality. Coffee break. I think Falcons fans need to look at the Andrew Luck retirement and they need to go, I'm so grateful we have Matt Ryan right now. That we don't have a situation going on like what happened with Andrew Luck. Because as sad and as incredibly painful as that journey must be right now, as absolutely devastating as it is, Matt Ryan being nicked up every single year, a thumb injury, an arm injury, his knee when he had the brace on. Matt Ryan has continued to try to thrive and evolve so that he can continue to play because he knows it's not over, because he knows he carries a heavy load on his back. And some Falcons fans out here are acting petty, incredibly petty, and looking at the Andrew Luck stuff and scoffing at it, but then turning around to a 34-year-old quarterback that's done nothing but lead the team to success and saying that Matt Ryan needs to get out of here as fast as he can so they can go find their own Andrew Luck or go find their own Russell Wilson or go find their own new Michael Vick or go find a Kaepernick. And I'm not entertaining that anymore. I'm done entertaining that. And I think we should be incredibly grateful that a guy like Matt Ryan has stuck around through thick and thin, through bad offensive lines and good offensive lines for what we've had. Through, the times before Alex Mack and now the times since we've had to reload and put Lindstrom and McGarry on the field. And I think it's important for all of us to really take a step back. And I mean really take a step back. Don't anything you think about the team right now, drop it. And step back and look at the offensive line for what it is. And look at Matt Ryan for who he is. And go, what have we done to protect Matt Ryan? What have we done to put Matt Ryan in successful areas? I remember draft night hearing about Thomas Dimitroff calling Matt Ryan or texting Matt Ryan and saying, hey, we're taking 2 offensive linemen in the first round because we want to protect you. And Matt Ryan apparently texting back and saying, oh my God, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for doing that. And that just again shows to, Matt Ryan going, oh my God, you're finally protecting me. You're finally going out and going to get guys that can get in front of me and protect me from getting hit so many times. I see Falcons, Braves, Hawks fan extraordinaire says that 42 sacks last year on Ryan and 108 hits. And that is a combined with Ryan Schrader, Jake Matthews, Wes Schweitzer. You name the guy. You name the guy. Levitre, Fusco. You name the guy. They let Matt Ryan get hit last year. Matt Ryan got beat up. And Matt Ryan continues to struggle through, continues to push on. And I think it's important for Falcons fans currently to look at Matt Ryan, to appreciate what they're seeing, to obviously critique things that need to be critiqued, but to admire what Matt Ryan is literally doing every single day, which is going out and risking his body, putting his body on the line. Because right now our offensive line is not what it needs to be. Let's just be honest with us. Let's be honest with everybody in here. To the Colts fans that were probably watching. To the Falcons fans who are currently watching. To fans around the league that are currently watching Unintentional Grounding right now. You are so lucky if you have a good offensive line. And for Falcons fans currently, you are so lucky that we picked 2 first-round offensive linemen. That maybe will turn out. Because if they don't, we'll have to go back to the drawing board again in 2020. Matt Ryan currently is on pace. If he continues to play through his entire rest of his career, he is on pace to be top 6 to top 5 in passing yards and touchdowns. That is a Hall of Fame worthy exploit. That is a Hall of Fame worthy drive. And I think if Matt Ryan were to get another MVP, or if he were to win a Super Bowl, or if he were to continue to push his numbers up near that Peyton Manning-esque look, which has been something that everybody has compared Matt Ryan to, and those who don't want to compare Matt Ryan to Peyton Manning have a bias and are not looking at the quarterback's trajectory. Matt Ryan and Peyton Manning have the same trajectory. They literally do. And I thought that Andrew Luck almost had that same trajectory as well until he retired. Andrew Luck was going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. So now, knowing that I absolutely love Andrew Luck. I think he's awesome. Not only his funny exploits on the field, but off the field, and the account that they had for Andrew Luck about him being General Luck or whatever. Thought that was great. I know you probably followed it at one point. But currently, at this very moment, I feel like the closest one to Peyton Manning right now is a Matt Ryan. And I think that a guy like Andrew Luck was going to be there, was going to be at that pace. That team could have won a Super Bowl with Andrew Luck. And Andrew Luck, unfortunately, for his mental health, for his physical health, and potentially could be for his spiritual health as well, to step away from the game when he's climbing up the mountain, I respect it. I respect it so much. And I respect what Matt Ryan does every single day, a 34-year-old quarterback right now, pushing it. Just absolutely pushing it. But Andrew Luck, man, retires from the NFL, age 29. The Colts gave him the money that they owed him as a gesture, not only of we fucked up, we didn't put enough stuff around you to keep you alive, but also a gesture of kindness and service that he worked there for the Indianapolis Colts, and he deserved to get that money so he can have peace of mind. I think it's atrocious that the Colts fans booed him. I think it's atrocious that NFL fans and NFL announcers and sports writers went out of their way to tweet malicious things. I think it's also atrocious that, and I'll say it right now, I have an open bet with Aaron Freeman on when McGarry will start. And I think it's atrocious that Aaron Freeman tweeted that apparently we should not talk about Andrew Luck and correlate that to Matt Ryan discussion, when obviously we should be doing that to appreciate what we have. And I get that he doesn't want to have it on his timeline, and I get that he doesn't want to see it because he wants to live in whatever world that he wants to live in right now. He wants to live in the Falcons world only. He doesn't want other stuff to mix and correlate in weird, freaky ways to praise Matt Ryan. I get it. He's an old head. He wants to do what he's doing. And that's fine. I don't have any problem with that. But I do have a problem with him tweeting out saying that none of us can talk about Andrew Luck and correlating that to Matt Ryan and appreciating what Matt Ryan is capable of or what Matt Ryan has done for this team. So I really do not like that Falcons fans as a whole, I saw plenty of them scoff at Andrew Luck and then call it a millennial problem. And then also at the same time, guys like Aaron Freeman or guys like the Falcoholic do something very similar in some of their stuff I'm not calling out the Falcoholic for anything. I'm really not trying to call Aaron Freeman out, but I didn't like what I saw, and that's why I held my tongue. That's why I was very surprised when Andrew Luck retired, and then I took a couple of days instead of immediately reporting about it to come back and think about it. Think about, what does this mean for the Falcons? What does this mean for Indianapolis? And just a very quick story. I was there. I was there when the internet was going on fire saying suck for luck, suck for luck, suck for luck. And the Colts selected Andrew Luck in the first round. I was there. I remember. And I know most of you probably remember too. But I remember that like yesterday. And now a guy at 29 years old retires from the game of football. And I definitely have to say that I admire his mental fortitude. I admire what he's done. But now I admire my quarterback who's been here for 12 years even more because of the things that he has to go through every single day. I'm not talking about when he's just on the practice field. I'm not talking about just when he has to go in and watch film. I'm not just talking about when he's on the field or he's doing a press conference or he's doing some rehab. I'm talking about every single damn day of his life where he's out there and he's working his ass off. Matt Ryan, I know you're probably not watching this. I know you probably don't even care. I know probably people won't take a clip of this and show it to you, but seriously, my hat off to you. My hat off to you, the organization, and the work rate that you have put out, that your wife has supported you, and that you have kept us relevant for the last 11, 12 years now. Thank you. Seriously. I don't know how many people are actually going to thank you after looking at this Andrew Luck situation, but thank you. Thank you, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, not only that you entertain us, but you play this beautiful game and you survived so long. And you've worked so hard for this organization. You deserve every penny that you get. You and your offensive line deserve everything. So thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you to Thomas Dimitroff for drafting Matt Ryan and for drafting the offensive line this offseason. I didn't think it was the right move, but I'm a defensive guy, so of course I'm biased. And I'm glad that you went after Lindstrom. I'm glad that you went after McGarry. I'm glad you went and got Alex Mack. I'm glad that you guys drafted Jake Matthews. And I'm glad that you went out in free agency and got Jamon Brown and James Carpenter and continue to build this line around Wes Schweitzer and Gano and so many others. Thank you, really. Honestly, you're not gonna see a lot of people thank you guys, but thank you. So, with that said, I want to also come out and I want to apologize to the Grounders. I think it's time for an apology. I know the Grounders will probably be like, what are you saying, Dan? Why are you apologizing for anything? I want to apologize for my bad attitude, for my absolutely salty, butthurt attitude. I'm an Orlando City fan. You guys, I think a lot of you guys are Atlanta United fans. And I've had the salt rubbed into the wound for the last couple weeks. Not only the U.S. Open Cup loss, but then also the loss recently here in Orlando, that we really haven't been very good rivals, that we haven't escalated our team to be better so that we could give you better competition. So I really, honestly, I just want to give a clap out to Atlanta United, how well they've built their team, how well that organization has fed their players, worked them hard, treated them well. I just want to give a clap out. I just do. I feel like I have been spiteful. I feel like I have not followed the conditions and the mantra of this show. There could have been more breakdowns. There could have been more things out for you already, and I have been selfish. I've been selfish by sitting back on my laurels and not providing you film because I was upset. And so that's just a growing process for me to be not only a better fan, but also a better content creator for you guys. And I feel like I've mistreated you, and I apologize. And we will continue to get better. We will continue to get better. That's why I want to cover more Atlanta United and more Orlando City. I want to cover more MLS on this channel. And I want to put out more film breakdowns and give you guys the best content that I possibly can. And that's why I want to apologize to you guys, because I've withheld that content because I'm upset. But hey, man, I'm a supporter. I go to almost every game. I cheer for this team. I bleed purple with Orlando City. I've liked what Atlanta United has done, getting young, hungry players along with very wily veterans. It's been a hell of a ride. You guys look like you're going for your second championship. You're a hell of a team, and I wish you all the best, because I don't think that Orlando is going to be able to make the playoffs this year, just because the team is so all over the place with contracts and money, and unfortunately we got a lot of young guys, and it's not clicking right now. The defense has gotten a little bit better. Offense still can't score. So that just kind of where we're at right now. And I thank you guys for your patience. I do. I thank you guys for your patience and all of the hard commitment that you guys put out, tuning into the show, coming to say hi, checking out the breakdowns, giving me a thumbs up, commenting in the comment section, the donations that you guys send, the support that you give throughout all my social media. Thank you. I just want to thank you so much for what you guys do. We are going to take the rest of today to work on film breakdown videos. I believe that today, tomorrow, and the day after, we'll be just working on film breakdown stuff, and we're going to try to put out a couple of videos. For you guys. I promised a Lindstrom video. We're going to put the Lindstrom video out. I promised you guys an Allison video. We're going to put that out. And I promised you guys McGarry stuff. McGarry really hasn't played a lot, so unfortunately that's not going to be coming out unless I get some more film of him actually playing meaningful minutes. But we've covered most of the rookies. I can't really cover the corners because the corners, I have bad tape on them. It's unfortunate, but it doesn't pan fast enough for me to be able to see what they're doing and how they're doing it. We'll see during the regular season if that changes. With the coach's angles looking, not just from side to side, but actually looking down the field. We'll check that out. We'll try to get it down for you guys. But that being said, rise up, stay grounded. Thank you for tuning in. You listen to nothing but the facts and the truth from your boy, Lieutenant Dan, here at Unintentional Grounding. And before I go, I just really quickly want to state, please go visit the links in the description of this video. Go visit A Rare Peace. They are a autism research charity, and they are working here out of Orlando. Honestly, they're doing amazing work, and they're trying to not only look for rare forms of autism and try to find cures for those, but even around the entire spectrum, looking to try to provide for kids and adults with autism and forms of autism. Please go check out their website. Link is in the description of the video. You can go buy some of their bracelets or their t-shirts. They run a one size small. They run one size small currently. I tested some of their shirts out just to kind of see if they would fit correctly. And they run one size small for anyone that's looking to buy a shirt. So I would really appreciate the support if you could do that. I'm kind of working with them as a third-party contractor to kind of, not only promote their stuff, but also it's for a good cause. It's for a really, really noble, positive cause for not only my community, but also the community at large. Fila Sports, Mad Mike, Pat Man have all said that they're going to help out as well. So please make sure that you go check that out. Rise up, stay grounded, take it easy. I hope to see you guys again real soon. We're probably going to be on Twitch for most of the weekend. most of the week leading up to the Jags game and college football this weekend. Quickly want to say that I watched the Miami game versus Florida. And Florida's defensive line is what kept them in that game, and their offense was garbage. So, Georgia, you're going to probably roll them. I watched Hawaii versus Arizona, which Hawaii looked absolutely terrific. And if they can keep that momentum, that pace, they'll probably be at a bowl game at the end of the season. Hell of a high-powered offense, a lot of turnovers that they created on defense. Very, very fast, stout team. They're going to be outgunning teams, but they're going to be doing well. So after kind of looking at that, I think we're going to have a hell of a college football season. It's going to be so much fun. Can't wait to see Clemson versus Georgia Tech because that's going to be really, really good. I think also Oregon and Auburn, that's going to be a game this coming weekend. Anyway, rise up, stay grounded, take it easy, and I'll talk to you real soon.